Hi everyone, it's Becky here. So today is Tuesday, August the 19th, and me and my parents started the day with visiting the St. Henry's neighborhood of Montreal, and then we wander around Atwater Market. So last time we didn't get the chance to come inside, and so today let me show you the inside of Atwater Market. There are some cheese shops and also Italian deli shops. And then we ended up sitting down at this Premier Moisson Bakery Cafe. And this is like a chain bakery cafe, yeah, all over Montreal. And this one here, located inside Atwater Market, is very popular. There were like huge lineups while I was there. So I ordered an olala pastry, which is similar to a croissant and a cup of latte. Now I'm sketching this cute wheel shape of a croissant kind of pastry, drawing the loose texture. Yeah, so there will be like a more detailed tutorial on this cafe sketching experience coming up in September. So these vlog videos I'm posting these days are faster and easier to edit and upload, so people can stay up to date of my travels here in Montreal. And I will have more time and energy to edit more detailed tutorials in September when I go back to Vancouver. And yeah, it's very refreshing to be sketching food again after a while, doing a lot of urban sketching. And the inside of this olala pastry has a lot of strawberry jam. So after enjoying the pastry, I decided to sketch the view in front of me. The pastry shelf and customers gathering around. I just captured this lady, yeah, in lineup with her shopping basket, and another lady waiting to join the lineup. And this bakery cafe has a lot more breads, pastries, and cakes compared to most other cafes out there. Now I'm sketching this mother and her two boys, and they were not really sitting in front of me. They were sitting on the far right hand side. So I just moved them to the front so the foreground looks more interesting. Now I'm drawing these fun pastries, and here's the look of my finished line drawing, and it's busy in front of me as it gets. Now, painting the cozy atmosphere of the cafe by starting off with this warm, diluted yellow ochre, and then the more intense warm colors of solid surfaces and the pastries, painting some cold colors and tones for these people's outfits, just to keep a very nice balance with a lot of warm colors. Okay, and using very diluted blue violets to glaze on the warm walls and the ceilings of this interior. The warm colors would look brighter if you shade your stuff with blue violets. And here's the look of my finished sketch. Here I am, yeah, standing in front of the pastry shelf when there were less people. So the owner of the Airbnb invited us to move upstairs because there's construction going on in the basement, making a lot of noises. Now to do is surveying our new home. So the upstairs living room, the bedrooms, and the kitchen are in much better conditions compared to the lower floor. And in the evening for dinner, we decided to have this St-Hubert Express, which is like a fast food chicken restaurant. And this is a fast food chain restaurant where you can see in Quebec only. Now I'm sketching my order of chicken sandwich with this special coleslaw salad instead of just lettuce. And yeah, of course, there will be like a longer tutorial video on my dinner experience here, coming up in September. Now, drawing the pile of fries in irregular layouts, contour outline of the plate. Now, having fun, painting the light tones of yellow, yellow-orange for both the fries and the burger and the chicken, and the more intense orange-brown tones. a lot of these items are sharing the same color scheme. So it saves a lot of time from cleaning the brush, switching between too many different colors. There are a lot of similar colors here, using blue violet to shade gray areas. So these cute chicken cars are this restaurant's delivery cars. So if you live in the neighborhood and you order food from this restaurant, they deliver it to your place. And of course, I will sketch these cute cars along with the context of this place. With a lot of beautiful trees surrounding the parking lot and this foreground car. And it's just a few steps away from Verdun Beach. Now, I'm painting the sunset sky. So I'm actually racing with time right now, trying to finish the sketch before it's too dark. Painting the red crowns of these rooster cars. And these apartment buildings and lush greens glowing in the evening. And this purple tree here, likely like a Japanese maple tree, is very nice to have. Standing out among the greens, adding so much charm to this little scenery. Yeah, adding some final shading for the greens, and here's the look of my finished sketch. I managed to finish it before it's all dark. And the foreground cars are now gone, doing their delivery work. Holding my sketch in front of the scenery as the memory of my art and travels. And then it's the 20th of August, and this morning my mom is sleeping in, so I'm going to Mount Royal with my dad, and the weather's much better today, a little warmer. This is the Montreal's public library outside Mount Royal metro station. Here's a little market. And there are a lot of interesting shops, restaurants, and cafes here on Mount Royal. And now I'm approaching this very famous St-Viateurs Bagel and Cafe. So the St-Viateurs Bagel that I visited the other day doesn't have sandwiches. Yeah, so this one in Mount Royal is the actual cafe with sandwiches and coffee. And so I ordered a breakfast bagel sandwich and a cup of latte. Now I'm making my rapid sketch, which I finished drawing and painting in 10 minutes before the bagel sandwich and the coffee turned cold. Yeah, and I can usually finish sketching my food and drinks before they turn cold. And drawing the paper wrapper and the little basket, the paper cup of latte, and painting these layers of appetizing colors for the bagel, the cantaloupe, which is something nice and sweet to have after eating something savory, and the tomato is very fresh, and the lettuce very crunchy, and the egg nicely fried. And so overall, the quality of this sandwich is excellent. That's why it's attracting so many people every day. Here's my quick 10-minute sketch. After enjoying the sandwich, now I'm sitting outside to sketch their shop front. And now the crowd is starting to gather to form a long lineup after 9:30 in the morning. So the people in the lineup, they're not moving way too fast forward. And to draw one person, I just need about 30 seconds to 1 minute. And adding on these letters inside the pop-up bagels, drawing the chandeliers inside. And then use horizontal lines and loose vertical lines to draw the brick pattern. And this pretty important first step in painting any cafe or interior is to paint this underpainting using very diluted yellow ochre, and then you can paint the more solid colors on top of the underpainting. So the shop front here is very meaningful, showing how these bagels are produced every day inside old-fashioned brick ovens. with real fire. Now I'm using blue violet and these colder colors to paint these people's outfits. Again, as always, to balance with the warm colors. And here's me with my finished sketch here on location with the longer lineup. Yeah, so if you're planning to visit this cafe, make sure you arrive early, like before 10 in the morning, to avoid the crowd. And here I'm strolling around a little bit more before heading back to the Airbnb. So Plateau Mount Royal is a really nice area to walk about. Ooh, and this fashion shop is very interesting. Lovely mural there. Here we're back at the market to buy some corns, and this cat from a vendor, yeah, he just woke up from a nap. Now back home, Dudu is waiting for us, yeah, from the window. And the next day is Tuesday, August the 21st, and we're back at St. Louis Square. And the ground level here, it used to be a cafe where I sketched a few times when I lived in Montreal 3 years ago. And I think the cafe is shut down and another business is taking over its place. And remember, I sketched these buildings from the cafe window 3 years ago. And I also sketched this mural, made with paper, pasted onto the exterior. Now it's all gone. And I'm so happy that, the city turned the fountain on today in the middle of St. Louis Square. 2 weeks ago when I was here, there was no water in there. And now I'm doing this heritage fountain, which is almost 200 years old, surrounded by these lush greens of St. Louis Square. Yeah, and it's a beautiful day to paint the fountain and its surroundings when everything is glowing in the morning sunshine. Painting these warmer greens first and some grays in between. Now, to make your greens more powerful, you need to use very bold shading greens. Now, I just mixed burnt sienna with hooker's green using these bold, strong brush marks to get the contrast and also the sense of volume for these trees and bushes, and shading the base of the fountain using like a bluish gray. Here's the look of my finished sketch. So slow traveling and making art along the way is a really meaningful way to connect with the city. And in the evening, we're in downtown Montreal, walking in the plaza outside Place des Arts. So the topic of this night market is not really for us, but at least there's some nice food trucks. So we ordered a serving of churros, and after that, I'm sketching the churros food truck under loud music. So the music, is booming. So I'm trying to also capture some small aspects of Montreal other than just buildings like churches and those monumental stuff. These smaller sites are also very meaningful in the travel. Here's the look of my quick sketch. So I will see you in the next video very soon, everyone. Take care. Bye.